Hi, I'm Dr. Kave, an anesthesiologist who sees patients in the most stressful moments of their lives. And I speak to businesses and associations about what happens to your body when you're in this operating room under anesthesia. Not because of the embarrassing things that patients say when they're under anesthesia, that stays in the operating room kind of like Vegas rules. It's because of the incredible potential that's revealed in patients when they're in this operating room under the knife of surgery. It's the power to be more productive and happy, all while making more money. It's the return on investment of mental and physical health. Employers care about sick employees because employee absenteeism costs about 1 to 2% of GDP. That is huge. And it's no surprise that mental and physical health significantly affects employee absenteeism. Mental health conditions alone affect about 20% of the population, and that was pre-pandemic. The number of adults struggling with mental health conditions and substance abuse significantly increased with the COVID-19 pandemic, and it still continues today, with a predictable impact on employee productivity. It's like a totally predictable money loser for business. What most employers don't recognize is that the body keeps score of its past physical and mental traumas. And when these traumas aren't properly addressed, they significantly and predictably hurt employee productivity. What does this have to do with surgery? It's because before you go under the knife, patients' past traumas get compressed and they boil over. It's like they're in a pressure cooker with totally predictable consequences, both to their health and financially. And it comes from exaggerated symptoms from anxiety, depression, and PTSD. Most of my fellow doctors, let alone corporate colleagues, have any idea just how much anxiety before surgery can increase costs, increase complications, including pain, and can make the recovery harder and take longer for employees to ultimately come back to work. And sure, that does impact how long it takes for you to get back to work, but the implications are much greater than that. It's because so many of those factors that determine how productive you are at work are actually revealed when you're under anesthesia, even if you have no idea your body is telling us about these hidden factors. And the stakes are much higher here in the operating room because when that anxiety bubbles up in the operating room, it can make surgery less safe and even be the difference between life and death sometimes. You can be unconscious under anesthesia and your body can still be revealing secrets about its mental health state. It comes out because of how the anesthesia interacts with your brain and body. And the exposition is even more dramatic in patients that use substances and drugs like alcohol, cigarettes, vaping, or marijuana to help relieve their mental health struggles. When seconds count in the operating room, I need tangible action items to ultimately help save the patient's life. Theory can only take us so far, and my corporate colleagues are quick to agree. So how do I prepare my patients for this stressful and frightening experience? Where else in the world are you going to have your memories wiped while your body is cut open? I can't tolerate a 0.1% failure rate with my patients in surgery, so I've developed a framework that I use with them to help them thrive through the surgical experience and come out healthier and more productive on the outside than they were before the surgery even started. The parameters are totally analogous to the corporate world, where we want our employees to be present, highly engaged, and productive. Here's the crosswalk from the operating room. We want employees to be present, just like how I want my patients to be mindful before they go under anesthesia. We want employees to be engaged with their work, like how I want my patients to be empowered to take control of their health before and after surgery. And we want our employees to be more productive, like how I want my patients to recover smoothly and efficiently so they can get back to living their lives and getting back to work faster. Are you surprised that these are the foundations of psychological capital, which is a powerful predictor of employee absenteeism? When I leverage these in my patients before surgery, we can make powerful gains to have a safer and more comfortable surgery, ultimately helping them get back to living their life at work and at home. But that's just the start. Far more impactful than any productivity measure is the sheer potential I've seen unlocked in patients when they're under anesthesia. I've seen patients overcome addictions, serious mental health challenges, and even exhibit incredible feats of physical strength. Seriously, like Hulk mode in patients who have never been to the gym. And once again, unlocking these potentials lies in how much they've invested in their psychological capital before the surgery. While the organizational impact of psychological capital was once thought to be intangible, it's increasingly objectified, just like it is here in the operating room. And that return on investment is around 6 to 1, but I think it can be even higher. What's much harder to quantify is just how vast our potential is. Our potential to grow and to heal ourselves, and to ultimately be more productive. We catch glimpses of this potential under anesthesia, but we just don't yet know how far it can reach. But that potential is probably far greater than you've ever been told.